Morning. I did this watercolour several weeks ago. I quite like it, but I'm going to do. Oh, is it gone? Let's bring it back. Sorry. There we are. It's based on seven islands or any sort of large lake with a distance. I'm going to do this in line and wash, but I'm making up all my paintings are made up, but based on years of experience. All right, okay, let's get that out of my way so I can show you. It's a bit larger. So if you can see here, I've put a collection of houses on the coast, but I want to do those in silhouette to give them a bit of distance. I don't know how it would work. I don't want any real detail on it. So I'll mix up a bit of black acrylic paint. I'll get all my stuff at the moment, or the main colours from Wilkinson's. It's £1.50, probably almost just about $1, I think, the way the pound's been going at the moment. So that's black acrylic paint, and I'm going to just sort of put in my islands. I won't put any ink on the background because it will be too detailed for the houses. So we'll just mix up a little bit of beachy. To be careful, because this will flick a little bit. It's almost like painting with the like this sort of line and wash. It's all very hit and miss, but what you put above, put down below. I'm going to put a tree in as well, and I'll just put in some. And we'll have some just a foreground. So to put in some grasses, just poking through on the beach here, we can put a bit of a shrubby right, let's put in a tree, a couple of trees. Okay, let's just develop this round here a little bit, make it a little bit more hard and soft. Right, keep the brush dry. I'll just go in with a bit of that. We don't want too much ink on or paint on the brush, because let's put a bit in here as well. Okay, and we'll bring that down. Well, I can strengthen that up. I'll go over to the other side now. I'm going to strengthen up the trunks again. Now, let's just put that up there. And we've got a beach. Okay, and we'll put in a bit of a balance over the other side as well, which I will make large. Well, let's just finish a little bit of this. I bought another tube of black. I went to Wilco's to get my beer mix. Love my homemade beer. It's very cheap. Right, let's have this one. And I'll put a bit of a bush in here, do some here as well. Got a bit more detail. The painting itself won't take long. It's all in the drawing and the sort of design of this. So this all helps to take the houses back, but they've got to be put in faint. Now let's do a bit of detail in the trees now. The paints I'm using would be the Cotsman 21mm tubes squeezed out on my palette. Oh, I'm a bit careless there. I'll put a bit of ivy on some of these as well. Just repeat, roughly more or less. We'll just say ripply things. Right, let's do the other side now. My wrists are aching having this. I will put some ivy on these and strengthen them up. Oh, there's sort of undergrowth. Do some here. Okay, now we want to put some of that in there. That's not very good there. Right, okay, that will almost do. Let's just thicken up. Right, okay, that'll do. I think while I'm at it, I might as well just give it a little signature. Then I'll dry it. Just if I can make a point about the time lapse films that I've been uploading after the real time. I get a little bit of advertising revenue for what I post, but there doesn't seem to be any advertising possibilities on the time lapse. So in other words, if somebody watches that rather than the full time one, or they can fast forward, it does cut my little bit of revenue down. So I'm putting them all, well, until further notice, I'm using the time lapse and posting them on my Facebook page, and there's a link on all my demos now. So there we are. Right, let's see what we can make of this. I'm just going to dry this off. So take your headphones off. Ready, go. Right, this is going to be wet in wet. There's the palette: lemon yellow, raw sienna, alizarin crimson, night red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna. It's Fabriano, £130. I often get asked what paper I'm using, but I've mentioned it at almost every video. But this is cheap or fairly inexpensive paper from Curtis Ward or from Grantham's Art Discount, and it comes in blocks of 100, and it's an economic way of buying it. They're quarter imperial, 15 inches by 11. I do have some other lovely papers, some Archers and Saunders, cold pressed, rough, which has been given to me by David Dickinson. So thanks, David. But I'm a bit loath to use it willy nilly because it's expensive. Right. Well, okay. Well, let's see how we go. I'm going to wet the paper all over with this almost clean paint, water from yesterday's efforts. Now that swear word, that has picked up a little bit of the paint, bit of the acrylic. Okay. So it hasn't picked up much of it. So a bit of raw sienna now to warm the whole thing up. Oh look, it's picked up from the tree. Okay, this is a bit of beach here. Let's just wet that again. It's quite dry today. Right, bit of light red and a bit of ultramarine. And put some of that in the water. When the brush is split, just touch them together again on the palette. Okay, now I just want to put a touch of cloud in there. Right, I'll reclip the paper now. So you don't need to stretch it before, it's heavy enough, provided you wet it all over and it expands uniformly. I've only really painted with the wet in wet technique on this paper. It's okay on the more expensive papers. You can take liberties, but you can't really with this one. Right. Oh, I must take that into there a little bit. Right, let's dry it off. It runs off. Right, now I want to put a bit of a background to that. I can't see, but I'm not copying from this one, as you know. But I just want to put a sort of a bluey, umbery distance. We'll put a little bit of a beach on that side. I mean, underneath. Right, just put a little bit of a Right, now I'm going to use my sable, one of my sables. I'm losing brushes over the edge here. I keep picking up brushes. I find that I haven't cleaned them out with the watercolour. We're going to the Art in Action exhibition near Oxford in a couple of weeks on Sunday. If you go in the last day, because that's when they're flogging off all this stuff cheap. Right, let's use a bit of Payne's grey and a little bit of blue. And just my head might get in the middle. Put a little bit over the top there just to give a little bit of variety. Right, now I'm going to just put in a little bit of distance behind there. Right, that's sort of what I had in mind. Now I'm going to put in some blue behind here, blue and alizarin, to give a little bit of distance behind those trees. This has the effect, I hope, of giving some depth to the trees here. It shows trees behind. That's the idea. The same on the other side. I can put some, but they're sort of wintry trees. We'll put some of this in the water here. Okay, let's get some of that in there. Bit of dry brush here. Okay. Right, now I want to put in some warmer colour on there now. So burnt sienna, my favourite colour, bit of lemon yellow, and some Payne's grey. Just put some warmer. Well, I shouldn't have put the Payne's grey in that. Oh, just loosening up the burnt sienna. Let's get this warm colour in here. Right, I'll use a bit of burnt umber in this sort of beach. I think probably this is all a bit too dark now. Let's just get a bit of beach there. Right, a little bit of detail. I think. Not a lot of colour in it. I reckon we could probably put in some little figures in here, fishing or something. Right, should be head. Quite like him. So another one. Okay, well there we are. Got a nice little figures. Right, okay, that's all I can do with that. It's not exactly what I had in mind, but Since we're making it up as we go along, I'll put the light coloured mount on that. Alright. Right, there we go. Figures make all the difference in landscapes, of course. Bit of human interest. But anyway, let's bring it round. Let's have a zoom in on those little fishermen. Couple of mates. The background didn't come out too bad. It's a little bit blotchy. But I didn't want any detail, I just wanted that flat wash. But I think I've gone a bit heavy with this. But anyway, you can let me know. No, it's all a bit heavy. That's better. Any questions, just go on when I publish it and make comments. If you don't like it, tell me why. It does help. Yeah, that's a little bit solid there. Okay, anyway, we'll let that go. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Bye bye.